I don't have time for this. I don't have time to have problems. I don't have time to, you know, panic about my... No. I don't have time to fall off cliffs. If I had a hammer, blast through all these guys. So I had 2 conventions at the beginning of this month. I had Convergence, which is over 4th of July weekend, and then the weekend after that was KitsuneCon. I've done both of those several times before. I was doing panels at both of them, had a good time. I took it pretty easy socially, which was also frustrating. Like, I don't have the energy for that. It's like I spent a lot more of my time, and I did look at the schedules and stuff to see if there was anything that I wanted to do. It wasn't like I just blew off the whole con, but I did spend a lot more time just like chilling somewhere and not really engaging with the event. And, you know, being in that atmosphere is still valuable. It's still valuable to be with the geek community and to feel at home and, you know, with people that are like you and all of that. So it's not like it's not like it's a total waste or anything. But, I had to take it a lot more... fuck me. I had to take it a lot more chill than usual. And even with that, I was so wiped out afterwards. Like, to a ridiculous level. Like, more so than I've historically been. And on top of that, like, and I suppose part of it too is that it's, you know, the end times here. It's, you know, interesting times. Being that I'm an American in 2025. Anybody to, you know, down to eventual historians know what that means. So there's also the living in interesting times factor, I suppose. Where, Ooh! Aha! Can I please have a weapon? So I'm sure that's not helping. It's probably in, like, a secret egg that I'm not finding. Because you just have to know where that, you know, you have to have jumped there or know where they are. So, what am I talking about? Oh. Ooh, this sucks. Oh, that was the time to go. Ooh! Aha! Gotta be coming up on the boss here soon, I think. So... this all looks very familiar here. Stages are very similarly designed. Oh, come on. Oh. Come on, man. I would like to see the boss, and now I'm not gonna have the weapon. Maybe they don't shoot at you if you don't have a weapon. Interesting. Alright, now what? Again? Here I thought okay. Aww. I thought there were different bosses in this game. I have to do it again. But it does seem that the snakes don't shoot at you if you don't have a weapon, so that's nice. Huh. I thought that there were different bosses in this game. Well, maybe later? So I assume that the difficulty increases or something. Oh, maybe not. Alright. World 2, check. I continue into the unknown. My last guy. Then at least I'll be able to restart in a new thing. So despite that, despite taking it easy and all of that, I was still crazy wiped out afterwards. Like, more so than normal. More so than before. And, I don't know what that was. And that's a continuous down. Now I know. Knowing is half the battle. And the continuation function is the other half. So on top of that, and my brain being kind of an asshole, and not wanting to let me do anything, okay, is that continuous? Yeah, it is. Interesting. And my brain being an asshole and not wanting to do anything, and I had a whole list of stuff that I needed to do, this week, which I was and wasn't getting to, and, okay. And it's just been a rough week. Started to feel a bit better towards the end of the week here. Just how I'm, here doing this. And, oops. Nice. Okay. Ah. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, hey, thanks for giving me the weapon back right away. It's still gonna be milk. Yep. Alright, gotta go for it. They don't quite swing as far as you expect them to. As much as I appreciate the continue function, it's too bad that, it's too bad that I slipped off the edge of the cliff like a genius. It's too bad that you can't rack up more lives, because, even doing your best, you only get 3 tries at a particular tough spot before you have to redo the entire board from the beginning. So I've been doing a bit better towards the end of the week here. But, this whole situation where, I get... where I get near incapacitated for the better part of a week after doing anything social is not cool. And really not a sustainable situation, and I am really not happy about it. So I don't know what to do about all of that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where I died the first time. Or the first time I got that far. I'm trying to be nice to myself about it. I'm trying to be patient with myself. But it's not easy when there's so much that I want to be doing. When you feel... And I don't know if it's probably, some of you get the midlife crisis or whatever, like I am in my 40s. And there is the situation of, being conscious of of time marching onward and, you know, getting older and, oh, flower. Not having all the time in the world anymore to build the life that you want. And so being stuck, having to take it slow and wait until you feel up to doing to things and stuff is really hard to do. There's such an instinct of like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to have problems. I don't have time to, you know, panic about my, you know, I don't have time to fall off cliffs. I don't have time to have a bad mental health week. You know, I don't have time for this stuff. But if you don't take the time, you're just, I've tried just running straight across. And just bam, 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 and that didn't seem to work. But anyway, if you don't take the time, you're just gonna crash out. So, oh man, God, I was doing well there for a minute. Facebook used to be my most used platform because I was on there to keep in touch with my friends, you know, and during COVID especially, that was invaluable. And, you know, to see what everybody was doing and to be able to spread information about, you know, hey, we're having this event, we're having this hangout, we're doing this thing. It was a really handy way to reach everyone, to reach just about everybody that I knew, and, keep up with them and what was going on. And lately, it's become absolutely useless for that. I hardly see what anybody is doing, you know, so I used to post on there, like, regularly, because that was how I would keep in touch with my friends. And I've just pretty much stopped. It's like, you know, I could, but nobody's gonna see it anyway, so who cares? Like, my friends aren't gonna see it. And, you know, you're not gonna see the page content that you like unless the content creators pay. You know, that we found that out a lot with the Fusion promos and stuff like that. Like, that is, yeah, totally a thing, is, you know, you have to, Jesus, nope, if you have a page, you have to pay Facebook to have your post shown to a greater percentage of your audience that has asked to see your content. Facebook will just not show it to them unless you pay more. It'll only go to a fraction of your audience, and these are the people that have signed up to see it. Okay, 4. I got one shot before I gotta do that again. Can I finish the stage? Unlikely. But that's crazy. You know, these are the people that have asked to see your content. And they can't unless you pay Facebook to show it to them. So what's even the point? What's the point of being on there? So as much as I know that it's a small platform, and especially doing the whole streaming thing, hey, I finished the stage, woo! Doing the whole streaming thing, it would be more advantageous to me to be on a larger platform. I pretty much only use Blue Sky at this point. The lovely thing about Blue Sky, too, is that it is, I think, at the moment, the only platform that still just shows you what you asked to see in chronological order, unless you go to a feed, you know, to see, to look for new stuff. Oh god. Oh, damn! Doing well there for a minute. If I had the upgraded weapon, I could just blast through there. You gonna give me? Okay, they're gonna give me the weapon so that the snakes are gonna fire at me. Blue Sky will give you everything that you asked for in chronological order, and unless you go looking for other content, and that means ultimately you do catch up. Which is something that I really miss about old social media. You can actually catch up on the content that you haven't seen, and then stop looking, and then stop reading it and go do something else. There is at least a lot less of a doom scrolling situation on Blue Sky, because they won't just pack your feed with more shit when you've got to the end. When you've got to the end, you've got to the end. And that's really nice. So that's pretty much the only social media I'm using right now. It's kind of a bummer because obviously fewer people are on there. But what else am I gonna, like, what difference does it make? If I was on Facebook, nobody would see it anyway. And I don't want to deal with all the Nazis on Twitter. I tried Instagram and Threads and stuff, but again, that's Facebook. You know, at the consolidation thing, that's the other rant that I have. Is how consolidation is destroying. I'm never gonna get past this. This part is really tricky to do here. Right, you know what? What if I don't get the hammer? I have to restart in a minute anyway, because I'm gonna lose in this stage and then I'm out of lives. But yeah, you used to have... Haha! So now he won't shoot at me. You used to have a choice, you know? You would have a choice in platforms you wanted to use. And at this point, they're all owned by the same, you know, like the same, like, two companies. They're all owned by the same people. So you don't really have a choice at all. You have Facebook, you have Elon, and you have Zuckerberg, you have Elon, and you have Blue Sky. Those are your choices. So I'm gonna be old here for a minute and just mention, you know, like, I really miss, this is gonna end in a second, okay. I miss LiveJournal, you know, I miss some of those older platforms, where the point was, yes, they needed to do advertising and whatnot to pay the bills, and to make money, but the point was to keep you connected to other people. And now that that's not the case, you know, so consolidation and capitalism, you know, the greed of just everything has to make buckets of cash, or there's no point in it existing. Despite all of the social media and all of the technology that we have to make it easier for humans to connect to each other than ever before, we are more isolated from each other than I think we have ever been in human history. And I really mean that. Like, yes, there's, like, smaller communities, you know, and the world was very big, and, you know, and you couldn't reach so much of the world, but, like, people were at least connected to their local communities. And, you know, connected to the neighbors and the people around them. And now we don't do that because the world got so much bigger, I mean, smaller, with the advance of technology. But at this point, you know, now that we've completely embraced that and adapted to it, now that's basically being taken away. And we don't have that either. We don't have the connection with other people through the internet either anymore. So now there's just nothing. Now you're just cut off from everything all the time. And on top of that, now increasingly we're spending all of our time online talking to bots. Like, it's not even actual people. It's all AI and spam bots and stuff. So even if you are talking to somebody online, you're probably not actually talking to a human being. And it's sad. You know, I think that a lot of people have gravitated to Discord for that reason, which is great. But of course the thing with Discord is that they're all the Discord servers are separate from each other, and you have to know about them and know how to reach them in order to find anything. You don't have, you know, like, you can't just Google up a message board where you can find other people that you have stuff in common with, like you could. You gotta find it. So I think the only one of the few things that there is right now is Twitch. And I know also YouTube does YouTube Live, which, you know, where you can actually engage with people. I don't know just. But really, realistically, it's only a matter of time until that stuff is taken over by AI as well, is the fact. Hi, I am being quite snuggled against. Okay, at least got here with a weapon, although this is my last life, so this isn't gonna last very long. Anyway, human society is degrading, and we'll just have to see what happens. I know there's some pushback starting to happen with some of that stuff. You know, I think more people are starting to unplug from it a bit more. Oh, TikTok, duh. Yeah, I have to learn how to engage more with TikTok. I still don't think about it being a thing. But again, well, the problem with TikTok is, of course, the feeding into the short attention span problem. But it is a way that people are able to express themselves and connect with an audience, which does matter. But again, it's really only a matter of time until it all gets taken over by AI. So I think the ultimate fate of the internet... Oh, man! If I'm not going to be super good at the games that I'm playing, which I'm not, then what I have is random commentary. Is my option for being entertaining. So, I'm bummed that I recently, you know, I've had to have a little gap in my videos because I was too busy and I didn't have content ready. Because actually I've started to get a bit of traffic, which is awesome. Because that was also when I was playing a really popular game, so I don't know what the long-term thing is, but this is still awesome. Watch me immediately get hit by a frog. This is still very much do not hit that. Okay. It's still very much a hobby for me. Man. I thought they were going to be the jumping ones. Well, they are the jumping ones, I think, but I probably could have got them in one go if I had been conscious of what I was doing and turned around. Bummer. Right. This is still very much a hobby for me. I don't spend a lot of time on the grind, as people would say, of trying to, you know, promote and grow my channel and making a bunch of promo shorts and stuff like that. And like, I just and the fact that the raccoons get stopped by the first shot is actually a problem. If I could learn how to manage that better, that'd be something, but... Anywho, so... Channel almost definitely is gonna stay small for the rest of forever. But that is okay. Oh, okay. Is it the same again? Oh, no, he's different. Not by much, but he's different. This looks different. Does he fight the same? Seems to fight the same. Seems to die the same. Well, how about that? 3 roads down.